You ain't in my live stream, then where the fuck you get? What's up, coffee cakes? Happy hump day. We are live and we have lots to talk about. um, don't mind that. If you ain't in my live, where the fuck you ain't? That's a big like trend on TikTok, and I like to do turns on TikTok on YouTube as well to see if that they can you know take off. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But hey, it's worth a try. So if you ain't in my live stream, then where the fuck you at? You ain't by the pool. Where the fuck you at? Where the fuck you at? People, I know. I just got like my live probably just went on yellow. That's cool. That's cool. We ain't worried about that. We're not here on YouTube to make loads of cash, anyways. That's the thing. Is sometimes I think like if you want to be on YouTube and TikTok, I mean, TikTok has, the Creators Fund, which I think is pretty neat. I'm not in that right now. But sometimes I feel like maybe on YouTube, maybe not so much on TikTok because people don't really know. The thing with TikTok is that I don't think they know who is and who isn't monetized. But here it's quite obvious. Actually, now it's not. Now that YouTube is inserting commercials into non-monetized channels, which I think is ridiculous. If you ask me, if they're going to do that, they should raise the price, the amount that the rest of us are getting or whatever. But something else that they should really do is, while you're not getting money, during that time, it should add up and be retro on your first check. You know what I mean? So if you're not monetized, but they're putting commercials in your videos, and then you should be able to collect that later on. That way, maybe you would have a check on your first go round. That's just my thoughts on it. Seems about fair, right? That's what I think that should happen. I think that they should, do that. If you're not monetized yet, and they're putting commercials in your videos, you know, um, then they should do that. But they won't. But it's just a thought. I mean, YouTube is using you for more, money. But but that's what I think about it. I think that they should totally do that. You know. Oh, hopefully y'all are having a great day. It's not too hot for you. But yeah, so that's what I think. A lot of things I'm thinking about. Um, but there's going to be some, fairness of such with YouTube. I mean, YouTube makes so much money off of all of us. They make so much money off of all of us, and like I said, there's going to be some level of fairness, and I think that's what it is. So if you're not monetized and your video has commercials in it, you should be able to collect that chunk of change later. Just a thought. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but when TikTok isn't doing that, but their monetization isn't the same. Like if you're monetized on TikTok, they obviously can't put ads in your video because your video is, well, now that they have the 3-minute video option, they can't really put an ad in your 60-second video or your 15-second video. They can put one in your 3-minute video though. But hey Ryan, is it? Let me see here. Let's see what this says here. I'll see what it's pretty warm out there. It is 82. Let's see, 82. Still trying to learn to live on here. But I like doing live on my computer a little better. And if this StreamYard thing really works, and I really start to go live more, I'll look into upgrading my service here. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm still getting back into the swing of things here on YouTube, and I'm trying to figure out some more videos to put out. Something I'd like to do. I'm not going to be doing HelloFresh until I move, and when that is, I can't tell you. But I want to do videos that are, you know, if I'm going to do cooking videos, I want to do something that's more, you know, geared towards people, you know, on a diet like me. I'm supposed to be on a diet, so I want to do. I got a whole bunch of the cooking light, books and magazines. So if I'm going to do that, I'm gonna do cooking videos like that instead. Um, but that's the plan. Um, I'm gonna do more, you know, shopping haul videos. I think that's how I get a feeling that's how I got contacted by Jobby Coffee. So I'm gonna be doing more Jobby Coffee videos. I have a recipe that I want to try out. Um, I've been like hankering for banana bread, so I have a recipe for a coffee banana bread. And you know, with this Jobby stuff is if you haven't seen my videos with the Jobby, it's a coffee concentrate. So what that means is it's already yeah, I'm supposed to be on a diet. I've been making some mistakes lately. Thankfully the scale doesn't show me that, but I have to be more careful about the coffee that I order at Dunkin' Donuts because I've been getting it's delicious, but you know what? Because I have the Jobby and I'm supposed to make more videos about that. I will have to make one. So something that I'm addicted to at Dunkin' Donuts is a butter pecan iced coffee. But the iced coffee is like 300 calories. So what Java is a coffee concentrate. So you don't have to brew your coffee. Now, for me, that works better if I'm going to do like a cold brew kind of coffee. Because I think you need to have a special maker for a cold brew coffee. I'm like totally addicted to that. But if I do with the Java, now coffee concentrate, all you have to do is add it to a little water or a little cream. And then I guess if I'm going to do a butter pecan flavor, I would get like a butterscotch. What do you call that? Yeah, I have videos on my channel. I should have a link to get it. I guess I would get could probably do it as a butter pecan. Do they make a pecan? If they make a pecan extract, I could do it that way. But you would do like you know what? Yesterday I went to Starbucks. I know, surprise, surprise. I was going to Target, and they have a new cold brew. I don't know. Now, I don't know if this is a secret item, but it was like advertised when I was there. I haven't heard of it, but it is a cookies and cream cold brew. So what cold brew is basically coffee that's brewed cold. It's not like the iced coffee at Dunkin' Donuts where it's coffee, then they take the coffee, they put in the ice, and they add a whole bunch of sugar to it. So this is cold brew, and then they put the cold foam on top. Now I think that's a better way of doing things. I bought whipped cream for home, so maybe I could start doing it at home. However, what I should really remember to do is when I go to the store, rather than buying regular whipped cream, I need to get the Cool Whip sugar free because I'm really not supposed to have sugar. But also, that's something really cool. I got it at Lidl. It's the Dunkin' Donuts extra creamer for your coffee. So it's cream, but it also has a little sugar in it, so you don't have to add any sugar to that. And it's not bad on the stats either. You know, I got to do a little better on my diet because I don't want to be one of those people who have weight loss surgery and then they fail and then they gain the weight back. I can honestly say, out of the 3 years that I've had my weight loss surgery, I've gained 10 pounds back. That's where I'm sitting, and I'm not gaining anymore, and I'm maintaining the 10 pound gain, which is fine. Unfortunately, when my tooth got removed, my two teeth got removed. It didn't really do much in the way of the weight loss, but hey, that's okay. So, but this one, the one over here, this was a really bad tooth that they took out, and it's got a hole there. So I'm trying to pay attention to that. You don't like butterscotch? I like butterscotch. Um, I think that's how we do it. Butter pecan. Butter pecan is butterscotch and pecan, I think, right? But I don't know if they do make a butterscotch extract that you could use. I have to see. That should be a video for me to try to recreate the Dunkin' Donuts butter pecan cold brew at home. Because, like I said, when I got home and I went to plug it in, I actually that's where I've been bad, is I never think to put that coffee into the into my log for the day, and I finally decided to be honest with myself, and I added the butter pecan cold brew to my thing, and yeah, it was 300 something calories for that iced coffee. So I won't be doing that any again. I mean, generally when I go to Dunkin', I like like I said, I like cold brew. Cold brew is just brewed cold coffee, and then you just get like a little half and half, and then you have to pay. Well, with Dunkin', you have to pay extra for the cold foam on top. But if you do that, you don't really need sugar. So I get that. But if I go to 7-Eleven, I just get a hot coffee. I get a hazelnut flavored coffee. I do add a little fat free half and half and sugar on the bottom. Oh, yeah, yes, I've seen those. Yes, I actually have tried the sugar free barbecue sauce. It's actually not bad. I don't know. I'm somebody who likes the Sweet Baby Ray's, but that one's not the. Yeah, I've actually gotten those. They have a yum yum sauce. I have to try that. I hear that this yum yum sauce is very popular. I don't go too crazy with sugar free though, you know, because sometimes certain sugar free products will actually make me a little sick. Like, I forget which one that causes me a problem. There's one that I get like headaches and dizziness from, so I can't use it. Sometimes I feel like, if I'm only going to use like a little bit, I just stick to the full sugar. You know what I mean? Now I can't have soda anymore, but these are hard to find, but these have been you know, a an epic win, an epic find, because if you can't have soda, you have that little bit of a fix, and this definitely will do it. Although hopefully my jaw won't hurt. Okay, my jaw still hurts from the tooth removal, but it'll be all right, you know. But I'm going to be doing a lot more celebrity news type videos, because those are usually what gets me the views, and I like talking about that stuff. I posted a video today here on YouTube and TikTok about Wendy Williams, and I talk a lot. I used to like her a lot. I used to watch Wendy. I used to listen to Wendy before she actually had a talk show. That was like the jam when I was younger. You would listen to Wendy Williams on your way to school. You had like because I had a long ride to school, probably about an hour or so. I had one of those the Walkmans. I had the Walkman with the radio, and back then you didn't need Wi-Fi for a radio. Um, but yeah, so that was a big thing back then. You know, you listened to Wendy Williams on the way to school. She worked for Hot 97 back then. You know, I mean, she was outlandish back then, but I don't think she's been this as bad as she's been lately. I mean, you could tell that she's been declining, over the last couple of years now, and I think it's time that I truly think it's time for her to take a break and move on with her life. And I'm not one to say something like that, but even as a fan, you can call out the people you like and love when they do bad things. And I think that's where Wendy Williams is that she's doing bad things. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why she's been the way she's been lately. But I think she's just overworked, but she chooses to work like that. But at the same time, you know, I think her time has come where it's just time for her to go. Um, I mean, Ellen DeGeneres, she is currently her show's getting canceled. It won't be coming back. Um, but difference between Ellen and Wendy is that Ellen puts on a front, right? Ellen acts all cute and fun. So, behind the scenes, you wouldn't have known that she was that toxic. I would never have known that she was toxic at all. But then again, like I said, she puts on this front, right? So, in a sense, to a certain degree, it kind of felt a little fake, you know. And but that's the thing is that she put a good front on for the public, but behind the scenes, she was being really toxic to her employees. So, but Wendy, she's toxic to everybody, you know. And yeah, I like shows like hers. I do like shows like Wendy's. I like the idea of being able to talk about celebrity gossip and things like that. You know, I had commented on Perez Hilton's post about Wendy a while ago, and somebody said, "Well, aren't they the same?" Well, they're really kind of not. There's a difference between. To me, I think there's a difference between Perez Hilton and Wendy. You know, with Wendy, like I said, she's definitely all out there. She doesn't hide anything. She's just, a toxic up front. But she doesn't own it. She hides behind the idea of she hides behind the say it like you mean it slogan. You could say it like you mean it without being an asshole. But Wendy is not one of those people who can do that. You know, she's been doing this for some time now and saying things that are just not cool about people. There was a time not long ago she was talking about one of the basketball wives on her show, and she had said something about the woman was having a baby with somebody, and Wendy called the unborn child a cash register, cha-ching, cha-ching. And the woman she said it about was like really angry about it, as you should. Yeah, I mean, you can't say that. That's pretty nasty to call an unborn child, like a moneymaker. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some women out there who, have children with men for that purpose. But we can't say that until you have proof and evidence of them doing that. You know, you don't know if this woman was really going to do that. Plus, she was on a successful TV show. Um, so she was already making her own coin. You know, so who's to say she was really going to use this guy for money by having a child with them? Shouldn't use that kind of judgment towards people. We don't know. We don't know what the truth of that is until it happens. And even if this woman end up doing that, yeah, the courts will take care of her. And there's single moms out there like me who are just trying to get by, and child support doesn't really pay the bills or take care of business like that. But it does help. It does help to a certain degree. But It's not meant to, take care of your life. It's supposed to take care of your children. So, that wasn't a really cool thing. And then there was something recently, a few years, what was that, last year? I think it was just before COVID. She was talking about how it seemed like she was jealous. She was jealous of you know, uh gay men because they were wearing skirts and shoes. But you know what though? That's exactly what it is. She was jealous because they probably wear the skirts and the shoes a lot better than she does. You know. So I don't know what that's all about. But that's and what sucks about that is that like the majority of Wendy Williams fan base are gay. They're members of the LGBTQ community. So when you talk badly about like that, it's like you're talking about, your own fan base. And that's not cool, is it? You know, that's not a cool thing to say. And then we have the incident last year where when Joaquin Phoenix won the award for the Joker, and she made fun of him for having the cleft palate, and that's definitely ableist and not cool. It's not acceptable to talk about people like that. I mean, he's a A-list actor, and she made fun of an A-list actor. I mean, and she didn't even apologize. See, that's the difference between. See, right there, that is the difference between Wendy Williams and Perez Hilton, is that he owns his what he says and what he does. She does not. She does not apologize. Does she need to apologize? Absolutely. There are things out there that she has said, like I said, with Joaquin Phoenix, because what she said about Joaquin Phoenix and his cleft palate affects other people like that. So, in that case, she does need to apologize. It affects so many other people, you know. So, yeah, it does count. She does need to apologize for that kinds of stuff. Now, as of recent, I'm gonna, the one thing that she said recently, was about she was talking about Britney Spears' parents. You know, she said that she said that in that case, uh, uh, she said death to them all. Now, listen, I don't know what to say about the Free Britney thing in that regards. You know, I think that Britney needs to get away from this conservatorship for sure. Um, I'm worried about her safety. I am deeply worried about her safety, and how if her parents were to do something really bad, like I said yesterday in my live, I feel like that whole family is involved. When Brittany's mother and father and sister, because they're all feeding off of it. Her sister really didn't have that good of a career where she was making her own money. So now that that the father is her conservator and stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised if they're all stealing the money from her. So you know, but to say death to the family for doing all that, I think that was a very bad, poor judgment. I mean, she was even shocked with what she said. Of course, she was shocked with what she said because it was just awful. It was just an awful thing to say. And it's very bad karma to say something like that. You can't wish death on people. And then she went after the actress Tabitha Brown. who her career is taking off really well, and her husband, who was a police officer for quite some time, she decided that, because she was making, enough money to support them both, he could retire. And Wendy Williams joked around about that. I mean, Wendy Williams should not be, throwing stones at glass houses, you know what I mean? And look what happened to her marriage. Her marriage didn't end well, you know. Her husband ended up having another child with a side chick, you know. So I don't think she should really be judging somebody else's marriage at that rate. That's what she was doing. Perez Hilton posted an old post of Wendy Williams getting called out by Whitney Houston talking about drugs. That's the thing, is we don't really know. We don't really know if Wendy Williams is really, clean at the moment. We don't really know. But she there was a time in her life where she wasn't. So really, she shouldn't have throwing stones at glass houses. She's not somebody who should be, judging other people for having a drug addiction problem. And she's well known for having one. And for the last couple of years, she was living in sober living. So obviously, she still had a problem, and she's trying to prevent a problem. So she really should never ever judge anybody for having a drug addiction problem. And she should know that drug addiction is a disease, and and it needs to be cared for. And it's not something that can necessarily be helped or helped. And but judging people just doesn't solve that problem. And the way she goes about it is exactly that. She's not helping these people by talking about them, you know. But see, again, this boils down to the difference in people who have these shows where they talk about other people, like Perez Hilton. He's one of those people who does celebrity gossip, but he's somebody that, you know, he does say it like he feels, but he owns it. You know, he's recently apologized for judging Britney Spears and things like that. Wendy Williams has never really apologized for anything that she has said or done. She needs to, though, but she needs to. You know, needs to apologize, but she won't, because she's one of those people who have an ego the size of Texas, and she has no interest in apologizing for the things that she says, and she hides behind her slogan, "Say it like you mean it," you know. And then of course, most recently, there's a TikTok rapper who passed away. His name was Swavy, and she was extremely disrespectful to this young man. I don't really care what happened or how it happened. Somebody said that he was a gangbanger or something like that. Um, first off, she said she didn't know who he was. So if she didn't know who he was, then why are you even talking about him? And she was, she's talking about how he's got more followers than her. It sounds like you're jealous. But it's not really cool for her to say that. And she was laughing and just totally being disrespectful. I mean, regardless of how this happened, he was still a human being, and he's got family members who like and love him, and they're gonna miss him. He's also got fans that are going to miss him as well. So, she really shouldn't have said that stuff. She should not have said that stuff. And no, did she apologize for it? Of course not. And is she going to apologize for it? No. there is a petition running around. There's actually been multiple petitions over the last, couple of years about Wendy Williams and having her, removed. The problem with this is that her show is on Fox. Her show is on Fox, and they're okay with that kind of rhetoric. They're okay with the anti-gay rhetoric and things like that. So I don't think they're going to remove her show. I think it's going to have to be like Ellen DeGeneres, where I don't think Ellen decided for herself it was time for her to not do the show anymore. So I think that's what's going to have to happen with Wendy Williams. Is it's time for her to decide that this is not working for her anymore, and she's going to have to cancel her own self, because I don't think Fox News will do it, but they should, because it's just not. The thing that she's saying is totally disrespectful and rude. And I know, some people are going to come on here and say, well, what about The View and things like that? I think it's the same thing. If, I feel like for me, daytime television just isn't good anymore. It's not good. And, you know, I feel like it just needs a good shakeup. And, it's not just Wendy's show that needs to go. I feel like shows like Maury and Steve and Jerry need to go too, because that's like just so old. I can't believe people still even watch it. You know, so I think that just needs to go as well. You know, I mean, I don't even know at this rate if talk shows are really going to be a thing anymore. It's hard to have a talk show when it's hard to talk about things that are controversial. Somebody's always going to be upset about what you have to say. So I don't know if that's really that should really be a thing anymore. You know, maybe it should, maybe it shouldn't. I don't know. Hard to say. But all I know is Wendy, just like Ellen, needs to go. What they're doing just isn't working anymore. You know, so maybe she will. Maybe that's it for her. I don't know. She's kind of on a. I think she's on a break right now, anyways. So maybe with the break that she's on, she could think about that. Maybe her people will talk to her about not doing this anymore. They're saying that she went on a date, or she's dating Kim Kardashian's ex Ray J. I hope that's not true. That's kind of gross. I don't know. Kim Kardashian, do they? I wonder if she even likes Wendy Williams. Hmm, I don't know, but that's just weird to be dating Kim Kardashian's ex like that. You know, but definitely needs to. Like I said, the daytime TV just needs to change. There's too many problems there. I mean, they were trying to bring on Drew Barrymore and Kelly Clarkson, and I don't think they make for good, talk show hosts. I'm not a fan of either or for a talk show. I think if they're gonna do a talk show, it's got to be someone who's not in with celebrity people. You need somebody who's not going to be going in biased, or knowing these people. I mean, it's kind of awkward to watch these interviews, with these talk show hosts, these celebrity talk show hosts, because the people they have on their show, they already know them. So it's like, to me, it's like you're going to like a party, right? You're going to your friend's birthday party, and they bring all these friends that you don't know, but they're clinging, they're talking with their friends, and you're just sitting there, just yeah, 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 yeah. It's kind of, to me, it's like that. It's kind of like that when you watch, these celebrity talk show hosts. These people already know these other people, so I just feel like those types of shows are like, eh. I feel like we need talk shows where, like I said, the host doesn't know, the people that they're interviewing. It makes it more genuine at that rate. So I mean, for me, like I said, that's how it needs to go. I feel like the talk shows are kind of like done for, and especially Wendy. Um, and like I said, it's coming from somebody who's a fan, and but I could realize, I could see for myself that she's in need of, not doing this anymore. Maybe she could do podcasts instead, do like Apple Podcasts and charge people to listen, you know. I mean, I'm sure that lady's got tons of money. It's not like, she's strapped for cash. She's been doing it for a really long time. She's not, she's not an unknown person. So I feel like, at that rate, Wendy's fine to go. Ellen's fine to go. So maybe it's time. I mean, she did do a spiel on Ollie London the week or two before. I do agree with what she said there. Ollie London. There's a recording on his ex-girlfriend. He has an ex-girlfriend that must really hate him because she is going out there and exposing the hell out of Ollie. She's got her own TikTok channel, and it seems like she's kind of teamed up with somebody else here on YouTube. His channel is called Korean Ben. Seems like those two are, both. Yeah, I'm down for that, Ryan. Definitely down for that. I need my own talk show off of YouTube and actually get paid to do it, so I can live comfortably for the rest of my life. That would be nice. No, you never know. Maybe one day it will happen. I hope that would be definitely awesome. But she was talking about Ollie London. If you don't know who Ollie London is, Ollie London is a young man. He is white. Okay, he's a white guy from England, and he claims that he has a huge obsession for Asian people, and his obsession is a lot more than it should be. It's not healthy. It's not a healthy obsession. He his bias. That's what the young people call it now. Is his bias is Jimin from BTS, and Jimin's adorable too. I can't see why he wouldn't be someone's bias. Like I said, he's absolutely adorable. But this guy takes it to a whole new level of bias. You know, he's gotten 18 plastic surgeries to look like Jimin. Now, I was talking about this on my TikTok channel like a week or two ago, because I was like, you know, generally speaking, like when somebody wants plastic surgery, they have to go through like a psych eval and all that stuff. So I was having a hard time trying to figure out, how it was possible for him to get these surgeries, because I would think that a reliable plastic surgeon would, like I said, they're going to do a psych eval on Ollie London, and they'll see that his obsession it's not normal. I mean, what is normal, of course, but he's got this obsession with Jimin, which is like not healthy. Um, Plus, it's racist. It's racist to want to look like another race. We talk a lot about, how white people, paint their face, black to, blackface. But they're not doing that, I mean, it is racist to do that anyways, but they're not doing it out of love for black people. They're doing it to mock them. And I feel like that's exactly what Ollie London is doing, is that he doesn't really like or love, Asian people. Um, you know, he's just like really out of control racist, hiding behind the facade that, he likes them. On TikTok, I noticed that he hits on a lot of, Asian creators. I mean, not all of them are Korean either. Not all of them are Korean. And when you do that, when you confuse, one, so if you say somebody, looks like, this guy, but he's not Korean, that's kind of like, you know, I mean, it's obvious that Ollie London realizes that there are other Asian countries, but you know, it's just not good. It's not good, And but yeah, so he had his 18th plastic surgery just recently, where he got his eyes fixed. look like an Asian. Now that right there is beyond racist. You know, somebody commented on my video here on YouTube, saying, "Ooh, ooh, he wants to look like a Korean or he wants to be a Korean, just let him." That's not how that works. That's just not how that works. You can't just be Korean. You just can't be Korean. You're born Korean. You know, um, it's not the same as being transgender, you know, and that's exactly it. That's what people don't realize is that when he does that, he is indeed hurting the transgender community by saying that. He says he's racial, but transracial is not that's not a thing. Transracial is not a thing. And so to say that is very racist and anti. That's definitely anti-trans community. But so yeah, so that's where that's wrong. But like I said, he's got it. But something that I had, like I said earlier, one thing that is common and getting plastic surgery here in the States, and I would assume in the UK as well. Um, you know, he oops. But so I'm turning off my notifications. But so his ex-girl. So like I said, when it comes to getting plastic surgery or weight loss surgery or something like that, these surgeons, like I said, they go through like extensive um, situation there where they have to check to make sure that they're mentally stable to get these surgeries. So I made a video saying that, and then it fell into my lap that his ex-girlfriend, her name is Frenchie Morgan, um, had Frenchie Morgan, that's his ex-girlfriend. She was on the Dr. Phil show with Ollie, and with Frenchie Morgan, I guess she's teaming up with Korean Ben, who's here on TikTok, YouTube rather, and it's been exposed that Ollie London gets all those surgeries for free in Korea. Now, me as a person, I would not go to a foreign country for a for plastic surgery. That's just not my gig. Um, but the thing is this, is that there are a lot of people out there, like myself. I had weight loss surgery. I lost 100 pounds. I have loose skin. See, I have loose skin. And then we have to jump through hoops for the insurance to cover that. And this is for medical, it's for medical needs, not necessarily for looks. Because this stuff pulls and it hurts your arms. I get abscesses and cysts in my armpit sometimes from that. You know what I mean? I have loose skin on my legs and my bum area, and it's hard to stand up for long periods of time. And so in order to get that removed, I have to jump through hoops with the insurance company to pay for it. That's not easy. But it's not just that case scenario. There are children out there who need plastic surgery to remove, like cleft palates and other things that are going on. Burn victims, you know, um, those kinds of people, they don't get free plastic surgery. But like I said, I wouldn't, like I said, I personally would not go to a foreign country for plastic surgery like that. But but the thing is, when he does these videos and he talks about his plastic surgery, it's not like he's telling the world who his plastic surgeon is. So I mean, I don't know how it's really, possible he's really promoting them, because you would think that he would tell the world who his plastic surgeon is, but he's not. You know what I mean? So that's what's strange about that, is that the plastic surgeon's really not getting the shout out. except he's now a walking billboard, you know. So that's how he's getting the surgery. I think it's still wrong, but man, he must have really pissed off that ex-girlfriend of his. He really must have pissed her off. Like I said, she's exposing him. Supposedly in Korea, as long as you're an influencer, they'll do your plastic surgery for free, you know, to promote their doctors. I mean, I don't want to do that, but if somebody wants to get in contact with me to help me with my skin removal, that would be absolutely fabulous. I've been wanting to donate the loose skin. Apparently, you can donate it for burn victims. That's something I've always wanted to do. If we're going to do it, may as well, somebody may as well use it for something, you know. But, yeah, so his ex-girlfriend is really, she's really exposing the heck out of Ollie London. She says he's broke, too. I mean, I'm somebody who, I was trying to figure out how it is he makes a lot of money. And my thoughts were that he was like one of those very fortunate children that have very rich parents. But apparently that's not true. That's what she's saying, that he does not come from money. And he's very broke. I mean, I'm wondering if like the hairdressers that do his hair do that for free too, because he does film his videos getting his hair done. So maybe they do it for him for free too, to promote. I don't know, but sure seems ridiculous if you ask me. He's another one here on YouTube and TikTok who just gets by, gets famous for doing the stupidest shit. I'm all for not making stupid people famous, and he's right up there with it. I mean, he really got famous when he was on the Dr. Phil show. He was, and the ex-girlfriend was on there too. I mean, he says he's half Korean, but you can't find a photo of his parents up on anywhere. I think he's just saying that, and and in regards to Jimin, apparently he's like flat out, appalled that there's somebody out there trying to have his, especially a white person, trying to have his face. That's something. I mean, the poor guy is disturbed, and supposedly Big Hits Entertainment. These are the people who represent, BTS. That's their firm there. Supposedly, they're so disgusted by Ollie London that they have notified, people who interview them that they are not to ask about Ollie London. So obviously, Jimin is aware that Ollie London exists, and that A, he exists, and B, it's been said that they are not allowed to ask Jimin about that. Although I think, like in a certain degree, I think he should kind of like come out and talk about it a little bit. Not maybe not Ollie London himself, but set the record straight. I don't want people getting plastic surgery and self-harming themselves to look like me, because that's just not how it goes. I mean, that's a super psycho stalker right there, Ollie London. I mean, I'd actually be afraid for his safety. I'd be afraid for Jimin's safety, with Ollie London. I mean, what's to say that let's say Jimin finds himself a girlfriend or a boyfriend, whichever Jimin is into, and then Ollie London gets like super obsessed and upset about that. I mean, part of the show of Dr. Phil, Ollie London was married to a cardboard cutout of Jimin. Yeah, I'm not kidding. He went to Vegas. He went to the Vegas, the what do you call it, the Elvis Chapel in Vegas, and got a legal marriage to a cardboard cutout of Jimin. And you know, so I mean, what's to say Jimin finds himself a wife or a husband or whatever he's into, and Ollie doesn't go cuckoo cabanas and go after them. That's crazy. I mean, to me, I feel like that he needs a restraining order or something. Definitely needs something. But yeah, so that's what Ollie London is doing. Ollie London is a little cuckoo, and he needs help. The guy needs help. He really needs help. You know, and it's hard because you don't want to give these people attention. You don't, because it does cause them to continue going on and on about what it is they're doing. Like Trisha Paytas, she knows she's not a stupid lady. She knows that when people respond to her, she makes money. These people need and want somebody to talk about them, and people like me need and want to talk about them because that's how we make our money too. So it is kind of like a love-hate relationship at that rate. You know, that's why I was kind of shocked when Trisha Paytas said she was glad that Perez Hilton was canceled because if it's not for Perez Hilton, who the hell's going to talk about you? I don't think Wendy Williams. I don't think I've ever seen Wendy Williams or The View or The Talk or anybody like that talk about um, Trisha Paytas. I don't even think they really talked about when the whole Jeffree Star thing went down. So obviously people don't care enough about Trisha Paytas to do that. So, but the people on the fine people of social media, obviously, they do care. You know, they do care. But the thing is, when you comment on her crap, it does not work out well because she still gets paid to do it. She's still getting paid to be on TikTok. I don't know if her videos are completely monetized here on YouTube, but what bothers me about Trisha Paytas though is that she gets a pass. She gets a pass to make music videos using other people's music, and I'm sure she gets. I would hope to God that she's paying money to these people for the rights of the music. But that's not right. If we accidentally put the TV on while we're live, we get in trouble. But she gets paid to do that. You know, you have one small smidgen of a song that's not, that's copyrighted, and that's it. You get a strike. And that's not right. But so that's what I think about people like that. It seems like her and Ollie London are quite chummy on TikTok. Also, I'm missing something. But there certainly needs to be a change. Wendy Williams needs to take a break from her show and do something else. Like I said, we need people who are not, caught up in celebrities as it is. So, we don't feel like a third wheel when watching their show. Kind of strange, like I said. But so yeah. And then there's another story that we were going to talk about today, and that was the bowl. Yesterday I got a text message. I'll show you all the text message. Let's see, I'll show it to you. This is what we got here. This is yesterday at 10:18 a.m. See that? SCPD. Be advised, there's a loose wild bull in the area of Montgomery Avenue and Dean Street in Mastic. Now, that's not anywhere near where I live. But yeah, so what happens is I believe it was this bull was going to be sacrificed for religious purposes slash food. When people say things like that, some people were commenting like, "Oh wow, a religion that sacrifices animals." But all religions kind of do that. If you think of it this way, I mean, Easter you have lamb. Easter's lamb. What do you have for Christmas? Ham and turkey and things like that. It's just, you know, So apparently this bull, he ran away from the slaughterhouse. He has been caught and he was sent to a sanctuary in New Jersey. But I think it took quite a while to catch this poor guy. He wanted to live. This bull just wanted to live. He made sure the world knew he was not one to be trifled with, and I am going to live. And he did. He actually got to go to a sanctuary. They didn't shoot him or harm him or anything like that. That's good. That's, you know, I guess there's a positive at the end of that rainbow there. As there should be, I think. But well, anyways, guys, thank you for stopping by. Yay! Woo woo! I'll be back tomorrow in the morning or afternoon. We'll do the morning horoscope, and we'll talk then. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day.